I'm live on YouTube. Hey, y'all.
Yay.
Welcome. I am going to hop on and do a collective message for you guys. And if you would like confirmation, clarity, or advice, definitely write it down in the chat and I will pull some cards specifically for you. Um, Leave the message or the question that you have on your heart to yourself and God, but just ask for clarity, confirmation, or advice, and I will do that for you. All right, boom, hanging up. Love you.
I love you.
Um, all right. So I was channeling a message earlier that was basically something like, those of you watching this or part of this collective, which I'm included in, you were not given the time to experience life as your true, authentic self. It was very much so um, be seen but not heard, like do as I say, follow the rules, listen to the teacher energy or mentality, okay? And that is something of the past, okay? Um, that is something of the past. It is time to embrace who you truly are. And it's time to stand up for yourself, live your true, authentic life, speak. Um, Speak your truth. And now I feel like I'm talking to people who feel like they're being fake because they're changing, or people are going to look at them as like hypocrites. Um, but you're not a hypocrite. You're like a shapeshifter, okay? Like you evolve over time. You started out, very naive, very malleable, very listening to those people in your circle who were like telling you what to think, basically. But you've evolved, and now you're at the point in time where you can kind of own your ideas, own your thoughts, own your beliefs. And it's not hypocritical to stand in your power and stand in your truth. You just have to find the confidence within. And that means you have to accept that for a while you were a people pleaser. For a while you did follow the crowd. For a while you did believe things that now you're learning or finding out that is not true, you know? Um, but I feel like I'm talking to like a public school student, somebody who you just didn't know better. You weren't you weren't guided. You were just kind of herded. Okay, like school was more of like a daycare. It was more of like a keep you safe kind of place. It wasn't like a grow you, enrich you, fulfill you. It wasn't about what you needed, or what you should have learned. Okay, it was more about like following the rules. But now it's time for you to know that you might be fearful of standing in your power and really like owning it and being confident as you, but it's because of the beliefs that people put into you, where like your power wasn't recognized. Yeah, but it's time to move on from that place. Okay, 404 as confirmation. It's time to move and create a new foundation, a new normal. Okay, a new normal. That's all I can think. Like, remember back when the pandemic started and it was like a huge thing to do things like virtually, like Zoom was like people were like, oh my God, what is it? I don't even know how to use it. Like, how are we possibly going to do things like this? But now I feel like, fast forward 5 years later, people are embracing virtual reality a little bit more and they're using like Uber Eats more, and like those like virtual assistant type things that we didn't use prior to the pandemic, right? And And now it's a kind of that pivot moment where we have to figure out what thoughts about ourselves are not actually our own thoughts, what thoughts about ourselves that were like planted into us, taught to us, what were we conditioned to believe. And that's the fear. The fear is that it's that we have to change, we have to evolve, and we have to leave the comfort zone. But I'm talking to people who already know that. You already know, whether it's from your dreams or just like you just had a feeling or a thought about the people around you actually not really being supporters, but being more of like babysitters, you know? They were doing the job that they knew they had to do, but were they doing it to the best of their ability? Were they growing you? Were they thriving you? Were they teaching you so you could be, the best version of yourself? That's the question. And you're not being a hypocrite for changing, for evolving, for growing up, for leaving old ideals, old things, old purposes, peoples, places in the past. That's not hypocritical. That's the point. Like, we're meant to grow and evolve. Let me get these cards that just fell. They say there's more power in them when they hit the ground. Yeah. And don't worry about what these people think about you, the people that are currently around you now. It's not about how they think about what they think about you or how they feel. It's about how you think about you and how you feel about you. And remember, only God can judge. Okay. So, together with your own self, like self-worth, and self-respect, you're going to be able, and with God, spirit, divine, whatever you want to call it, you're going to be able to create something where like the people who are going to support you will just show up. Okay. When you're living your true authentic self, you're going to attract people with like-minded souls. Okay. Everything on this earth is a frequency. So the frequency that you give is the frequency that you're going to get, and it's going to multiply and multiply. So the standing in your true identity, your true authenticity, and going confidently in the direction in which you feel in your heart and your soul, that is gonna just amp up the vibration and connect you to the people, places, and opportunities that your soul is literally calling for. Okay. And the judgment is gonna come, at the end, or like only God can judge, literally only divine can judge. And it's going to be missed opportunities of happiness and success if you follow the leader of the hater. Okay. We're not following the leader of the hater in the year 2025. In 2025, in numerology, it's the year of 9, which means we're leaving things in the past and we're evolving spiritually. And the only way we're going to do that is if we focus on on that little seed or that little twinkle that's within us, and we seek out our advice and our direction from God, divine, or spirit. That's when we're going to change the world. Okay. If we keep listening to the people of our past who made us doubt ourselves, we're going to stay right where we are. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's get a word. All right. people, places, and experiences that hurt you, because you're holding some kind of grudge or some shame from it, you're not living in your best light, okay? Things are off balance, you're not focused, and it's almost like you got to start from the beginning again. But there's going to be a gift. There's going to be a gift from the universe, or a gift from the divine, once you drop the old mentality. Excuse me. Let's pull the Inner Child Oracle card. Let's see what they got to say over here. Anything? Refuel, number 16, which is number 7, which is God's number. It says, I am worthy and deserving of the reward. Yeah. It's not selfish to want more out of life. It is not impossible for someone like you to win. Okay? You deserve to indulge in things that make your soul happy. You are worthy of success. You're not asking for too much. So what are we going to do? What do we do? What advice do we have? Love without condition. Be vigilant. And let two become one. Yeah. So first you have to love yourself fully. The good, the bad, the in between, okay? You have to find some kind of closure when it comes to anything that you're feeling guilt or shame about. It's time to love yourself fully and unconditionally. That means, like, regardless of what you've accomplished or haven't, and you need to stay focused on the path of self-love and opening your heart up to receive. Okay. Then you're going to find that partner or that teammate who's really going to help you expand and grow and become. I see a lot of abundance coming in once you let that light shine. Once you let the light from within shine, that's when the magic is going to happen. And you're going to meet your soul person. But you're not going to meet the right one if you're pretending, you know? Like, you're going to meet the right one when you're authentically being who you're meant to be and who you know you are. And yeah. Let's see. Take time to rest, rejuvenate, refuel. And when you come out renewed, the light of love is going to be upon you, and the right people are going to be attracted to you. That's what I have. So thanks for being here. I appreciate those of you who stopped by. I'll be live again soon. See you next time.